But you loved TV growing up as a kid, right?
Yeah, I did.
TV was huge.
Oh my
for
gosh,
you.
TV was huge. Late night was huge. You were huge. I mean, well, I was older, but
Right.
just I was more when I was a kid, like big into Letterman and Johnny Carson. I remember when I was really little, just staying up late watching. Yeah,
It's so funny now that Johnny Carson was the biggest television star imaginable. You can't even explain to people anymore, and he was such a iconic sort of incredible mythic figure, and so influential on so many of us. And I got this picture with him about a year after he retired. He did some event, and I was there. And there's a picture of us together that's one of my most treasured possessions.
Yeah.
And my assistant who fills in for Sona was working with me, and he came into my study because he was helping me set up a Zoom.
Yeah.
And he was looking at the different pictures I have on the wall of my study. And he was like, "Oh, who's that guy?"
Oh no.
Yeah. And did he sell you insurance? And it's not his fault.
No.
He's just really young.
Yeah.
But it's incomprehensible to me that someone wouldn't know who Johnny Carson is, But that's that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
it happens to all of us.
That is why. I mean, even when I was a kid, and my the way I saw Johnny was like old Johnny, and he had been doing TV for so long at that point, and my parents knew Johnny as a different Johnny,
Yes.
and
They knew him from probably, I don't know, a younger era. You're saying?
Yeah, and it's just I feel lucky to have caught a little bit of.
Well, it's funny,
time.
you just have. I always think that the stuff I saw as a kid is the most magical to me.
Yeah.
And there's so much. I think there's never been more good comedy available right at people's fingertips than there is right now. I think the stuff that is being made by young comedians is absolutely there's so much brilliant stuff out there. And I'm blown away by what people are achieving. But it'll never have the same magic for me as stuff that I saw when I was a kid that made me laugh.
Yeah.
When I was just a kid in Brookline, Massachusetts, sitting there, watching TV, that has a power that nothing else can replace.
Yeah.
It's like the rock bands you were listening to when you were 15 and 16. No music can ever fully reach that level again. You just get one shot at getting into that portal, and that was then.
Totally.
What were you watching when you were a kid that you really loved?
Oh my gosh! I mean, I was
besides Late Night.
I was big on sitcoms. Just I grew up sitting in front of a TV. Just all the sitcoms. I knew the TV Guide, which was another thing back then. Just this.
There used
book.
to be a magazine, a book that came out once a week that told you when things were on. And it was more important than the Bible in most homes. It was the Bible.
It was the Bible.
I also looked to it for religious instruction.
But yeah, that was. I mean, I memorized it. Every night I knew what was going to be on, what time, what it was going up against. I mean, and I mostly sitcoms is what I'd watch. I mean,
your era. I know you're younger than I am, so you're watching what? Silver Spoons.
Silver Spoons.
Too Close for Comfort.
Too Close for Comfort. Yeah. Family Ties. Yeah. Too Close for Comfort was a little before me, but I did watch that. Family Ties. Newhart.
Yep.
Not the original one, but the Bed and Breakfast one. Cosby Show.
Right.
Golden Girls, all of them.
What's interesting is that every show you just listed had laughter on it.
Yeah.
Meaning it was either shot before a live studio audience
Yeah.
or it had. And it's so fascinating to me that there's a whole kind of comedy that young people have grown up watching. I'm thinking of my kids. The things that they really love, and rightly so, they'll watch The Office, or they'll watch Arrested Development, or they'll watch Community, or they'll watch, New Girl. All these shows that they'll watch that aren't even on right now.
Yeah.
But there's no laugh track there.
Yeah.
And it almost became. I wonder what they would think of these shows where there's laughter now. Would it seem odd to them
Yeah. I mean, that's what I loved about him, you know?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I loved it too. But if I watched, I mean, I'm a huge Nathan Fielder.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
yeah.
I think he's brilliant.
Me too.
And I love The Rehearsal, and I love Nathan For You.
Yeah.
If there was laughter on that, it would freak me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there was laughter on Curb Your Enthusiasm, it would feel wrong to me. It's this thing that I wonder about a lot in comedy, which is at some point there was a period where it was just unheard of that you would watch a comedy
without laughter
on television without laughter.
Yeah.
And now I think a lot of and I think maybe it's for the good because people are learning.
Well, I feel like it feels more personal now and less communal, you know. And I feel like back then, I don't know, it just felt like it was, you know, you watch a show and you feel like you're watching it with a bunch of people, and then you go to school the next day and you talk to your friends about the, you know, it was all very kind of like, I don't know, it felt like a community, you know, and I think the laugh track kind of supported this feeling of, whereas now it's so intimate and nuanced and I think that's great. You know, it's just different, but there isn't that sense of like,
we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Happy Days was a huge show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And my best friend was Jake Fleischer, and there was an episode where he was gonna, this is not the famous Jump the Shark episode, but before that there was an episode where he had to do some stunt on his bicycle. The Fonz had a bicycle back then. This is before he got really cool.
This is his unicycle.
He was a very fit, aerobically in shape Fonz. He had to do some kind of jump on his motorcycle. It was like the first season of the show, and everyone in school was watching, and I was in maybe 4th grade, 5th grade. I don't know what I was in, but I didn't get to see it, but my friend Jake Fleischer had seen it because my parents wouldn't let me watch TV on a school night.
Yeah.
And the next day I ran to Jake Fleischer's house, I remember, as fast as I could to have him explain to me, is the Fonz okay?
That's right.
And, you know, today I would get on my computer. First of all, I'd you know, my parents, they can't control what I'm watching if I'm streaming something on the computer. Who knows? You know, this was back when...
Well, then, like a show airs and you're never going to see it again.
That's it.
Ever.
Or maybe it'll be rerun over the summer.
That's right. Yeah.
But chances are you're not going to, or you're going to maybe see it in a rerun in the spring, maybe.
Yeah.
But it was, I ran like a maniac, like my life depended on it, and was pounding on Jake Fleischer's door, like, what happened? He said he does get hurt, and it's a 2-parter, and he has to go to the hospital for the next one because his leg is hurt. And I'm like, wow, I'll be back. My dad we weren't allowed to watch TV on a school night, and if he suspected that we were cheating, because we were always cheating, he would rush in. We would hear him coming because someone was on the lookout, and we would scatter, turn off the TV and scatter, but he would put his hand on the TV set, and this is back when TVs had a little bit of an electrical staticky charge that you could feel, and if he felt that charge, he was like, get in here! You know, and it was terrifying.
How did you see any TV if you couldn't watch TV on a school night? That was when all the good shows were on.
Well, I got better at cheating. We got better at cheating, wow. But I missed out on some really good stuff.
Sounds like
it. But one of the advantages is that my father was really into classic comedy, so he would make sure that I saw, you know, anytime. Like he took me to a movie which was 10 from Your Show of Shows, which was all of Sid Caesar's best sketches.
Oh wow!
And he took me to the movie theater. He took me to see Chaplin. He took me to see Laurel and Hardy. He made sure that I had this great foundation, which is why I really fought hard for our late night show to be shot in black and white, and to mostly involve pratfalls. But I lost that one.